That's us. Before it was them, they were thus, and now we're them. Okay. Hey everybody, and welcome to Illuminated Page. I'm Matt, and I'm here with Sean, playing Agent Daphne Rogers.
Hello.
John playing Corporal Sarah Walker. Corporal, right?
Yes, Corporal.
Okay. And Roxanne is playing Sven. Just some dude named Sven.
Sven.
You guys are, I forget where. Geez, right, France, I'm guessing, since the name of the module is A Quick Trip to France. No, it's, you're in Chateau. You're near a castle. You're in, yes, and there's a chateau there that has pretty important for the story. Okay, perfect. Last time you guys parachuted in, traveled overland, kind of got a lay of the town a little bit, found the agent you were looking for, only to find out that members of the town were being taken into the chateau and not returning. And so there's a question about what's going on in there, and you did finally encounter a Nazi patrol, quickly and deftly got rid of them, and now you're in a barn. No, it's a barn. I think it's actually like a big garage barn thing. Yeah.
It's a dairy barn? That's where he stored his dairy truck.
There we go. Sorry, I was trying to scroll through and find it. With the understanding that there is a tunnel that leads into some cave systems that will lead into the castle from here. We are still in that scene. Roxy, do you still have our
Okay. Oh, we had lots though. It was like 20 of them.
Yes, 20 threat.
No, the other way.
You're good, John. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going. Yeah, it's like what?
Yeah, I think you're at like 4 momentum, and I really do think I'm at like 7 or 8 threat. I don't think it's a ton. But you, so you are still in scene 3. The scene still has the following truth of stormy weather, which can be used by both sides or can be applied just by the scene itself for certain roles. For those at home that weren't here, when was that a month ago, Roxy? Yeah. So if you weren't here a month ago, we are playing Achtung 2D20. It's their new system that I believe just came out, or it is just about to come out. This is the Quickstart. You can find this over on Modiphius.com or Modiphius.net for free. It's just a download. It gives you some Quickstart rules. It's not a full rule set. It's just enough to get started. Gives you some pre-made characters. I think there are 5 of them. And it gets you into the story and kind of what the feel of the rules are and how to play the game. So
I feel like we spent a lot of our I feel like we spent a lot of our momentum in that fight.
It's possible. Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, while she's going, I could always talk about the thing that I was trying to show. I don't know. No.
What were you going to show?
Oh, well, I got my order in from it's the heartbeat dice, or pull up the actual website here. Yeah, heartbeat dice, and I got my special Black Lives Matter tin in. I was really happy. They look amazing. They're super heavy.
Nice. Are they plastic or are they metal?
No, they I do know that they are cast, but they're definitely not plastic. They are heavy.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yep. And all the proceeds go for I think sorry. All the proceeds go to Okra House and a few other different charities, and so I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, and of course, I don't know. They just because she's still gone. I also managed to pick up their asexual dice pattern, which I love. And that's why I said asexual. I'm a Texan. People are used to me saying words a million different ways. Yep. Yep.
Is it cold up there,
Yep.
or is Roxy just really rocking that beanie?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Both. No, Roxy looks amazing in her N7 beanie. So
How are you liking the
I like
snow?
how she does. I like how she has the N7 part kind of kicked to the side.
yeah.
We were talking about it being
We're
cold.
back.
Wondering if that's why you were wearing your beanie, or if you're just being fashionable, or I guess both. Both is an. That's fair. All right, so let's get back into the story. So you guys are in the barn with the truck. How many momentum do we have? I was real close. That was solid. Fortune. Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's roll. That's good. Yeah, yeah, do that.
Roll that footage.
All right. Fortune. I was going to say Fortune. I believe is spent like determination in the Star Trek game. Basically, it's going to let us re-roll, but it has to fit with parts of your character. Not necessarily a bad thing, just how it applies. I think John was away from the table when I mentioned that stormy weather is still applied. Is it still a truth for the scene? So you guys have a truck that needs to move so you can get underneath it. I don't believe you moved that last time.
No, in fact, I think we were discussing I think we hid the bodies in the haystack.
Yes.
Was where we left it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do see like keys up there, but can I get you to give me the skills are not standard. Sorry, the like a perception roll. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, definitely insight. Yeah, definitely observation. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It is a difficulty of 1. I have to set that. Cool. So you notice that like as you're getting in and you go to like start the truck, you notice that the hood has been popped already. It's one of those hoods that clamps down on each side, like has a clamp instead of just like a spring loaded hatch that we're used to in like modern cars. Both of the clamps are undone, and the hood is clearly not settled correctly. So opening the hood, Sven, do you have any automobile repair or any mechanical? I'm gonna look at your skills.
Well, I don't know. I mean, my dad used to build or work on cars, so I've got some mechanical knowledge.
Okay. Is it on your
What do you
sheet?
need?
Pants?
It's got vehicle 1.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. That makes sense.
Okay. So what am I rolling? Let's see.
We'll say reason and vehicles.
Okay, so I need to roll an 11 or lower, 11 or
On
higher.
2d20.
Mhm.
You want to roll 11 or lower on either or.
Okay. That's one success. I rolled a 20 on the other one. And then I rolled a 2 for a success.
Fantastic. So you did get one success, which is enough to. Oh, I guess I had that listed here. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. You pull the hood open and take a look at the insides. You're not super familiar with what you're looking at, but oh yeah, they want something totally different. That's just a silly repair roll.
Look
But
at all the wires.
you're going to need some either some engineering feats, which the group of you may not have engineering, or just some pure like brawn to put things back where they belong.
Well, I'm a scholar, not a
Yeah.
brawny person, so could we pop it into neutral and just push it out of the way?
So this is a big ass truck.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yes, normally, but it's a big ass truck, and then as soon as you get anywhere near the door, the water has come under the door, and it's just going to be slick and muddy.
You know what we need to fix?
I mean, it looks fixable. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I mean, it's going to take some heavy lifting to fix this.
I will do it.
Okay. Are you
tell
going
me
to
what to do.
roll?
Yeah, brawn and what?
Oh, yeah, athletics.
All right, so that is
And
for
you
me.
can be assisted by somebody else if you would like. I would even let the dog help you.
Well, my base is a 14 with brawn athletics.
You're going to need 3 successes.
Ooh. Well, then let me go
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, if I'm directing him or helping him with the knowledge of what he's supposed to be doing, will that add another roll?
You still, I would let you roll reason engineering.
I don't have engineering. Oh, I do. Okay, cool. I'll do that.
Okay.
2.
I've got 1 success.
All right, so here I go.
But hey, better than nothing. Did you roll both dice, Sean?
Yeah, I
I'm
did. Do
sorry.
you want me to re-roll?
Okay. When you assist like that, you just
Okay, let me re-roll.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, still a success in 8.
So
Cool.
I got a 6, a 5, a 10, and a 14. So that's 4 successes on me.
Yep. So the 2 he spent, you got right back. Okay. Yeah, you wedge a hose into another hose and like hold it there while the dog tapes it. I assume.
No.
I actually made that test on my own.
Yeah, you guys get it all. You get the engine settled back together. It looks like whatever was going on in here before you got in here, they were just tossing stuff. So like they popped the hood and just ripped at things.
I bet those Nazis were trying to disable everything.
So with the 2 of you like finishing up, you close the hood, and then Sven, you turn the engine over, and put it in idle just enough to slowly move it forward. You don't want to rev the engine. You're pretty careful about it to make sure that it doesn't give off a lot of noise. Although the storm's going, so it's kind of covering it. You have to pull the truck out into the rain to get out from over the hole, but you get that taken care of, and then you guys are welcome to descend into the darkness.
So much fun.
Fantastic. We'll take one momentum from the pool as we change scenes.
While we're changing scenes, they're in the chat. They're saying that your audio's out of sync and they're not hearing Roxanne.
I don't know. That's real weird. I'm connect. Oh, you know what? No, I'm connected correctly. Thanks, Phil, for letting us know. Yeah, we couldn't hear her either on this end when she was. Well,
No, I can hear you now.
We're saying, can you hear me now? Yeah, we can.
Because I'm a dumbass. Okay, there we go. We're fixed now. Sorry about that, guys. While I was setting everybody's volumes earlier, I misclicked and completely turned my slider all the way down.
That's not good.
That's not good, but I didn't do a whole lot except for hop in a car, pop down the visor to look for keys, notice that the hood was sitting weird, realized I couldn't do F all with what's going on under the hood, and had to have the ladies fix it.
I was gonna say, you sat in the car while the ladies fixed it.
That's true. The ladies did fix it while the man sat in the car and watched.
Yep, I'm an academic that likes to do things with magic, so thanks.
Really good at skiing, though. You're good at skiing, I think.
Yeah, I'm good at archery, I think.
Okay,
And I'm good at speaking Norwegian, but Roxanne's Norwegian is very small.
Okay, they said they can hear you now, Roxy, so we're good.
Hey.
Yeah, I can see it in the thing. When I tested it earlier, it was fine, and then I got distracted and completely moved my slider down. So that was stupid of me, but it's fixed now.
Okay, so can I get everyone to give me a sorry, I need to pull the module back up. There we go. I keep forgetting what the stats are. That's part of the problem. Can I get everybody give me a reason? No, let's give it coordination and observation roll. If you don't have observation, that's fine. You'll just roll off your coordination.
I have those things. Yay.
2 successes, and I got a 1 on one of those successes.
So that's
Sean's
actually
dice are serious.
That's three successes then.
Cool, 3 successes.
Yeah.
Only 1.
Cool.
I'm really observant at the moment because I'm just super happy I got the truck working.
I see nothing. I observe nothing coordinated.
You will generate 1 momentum from Sean's successes. You got 1, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as you guys move down into the darkness, you have flashlights. I assume. I just there's no reason to not have flashlights at this point. As you're moving through what is essentially old cave systems and looks like carved catacombs under the city, you keep hearing things kind of off in the distance. Sean, what you notice is that there is water running on the ground, but not a lot of it. And it is running away from the direction you're going. And you're headed toward the chateau. It's pretty straight, or it's not like you've come across any splits, but it is pretty clear you're going in the right direction. Sorry.
So the water is running towards us from the chateau or away from us to the chateau?
That's correct.
Okay.
So as you guys move through, though, what you notice in that water is that there are tints of not clear or black brackish water. Like the water you're looking at is dark, but it begins to clearly have other liquids inside of it that are causing it to kind of show a dilution. Does that make sense?
Road.
Watch where you're stepping. I don't know what that is.
Do you want to get close and look?
I'll take a look. Yeah.
So you kind of bend down to look, and what you're seeing is that the water that's kind of a clearish gray now is starting to get hints of red in it.
Oh.
And while you wouldn't be able to tell just from looking at it, you get the impression that this might be blood.
Guys, I think the water washing down from the chateau is carrying blood with it. I don't think we're going to find many villagers alive. So if we want to save the ones they just took in there, we need to probably hurry.
Under my breath, I'm sure I swear and say something about the Nazis. Negative. Something negative.
So as you move through, I need a reason survival test with a difficulty of 1 while you're kind of keeping an eye out and moving along.
So if it's reason survival, so if you don't have, just double checking because it's been a while since I don't have survival, I'm just rolling off my reason.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
As you enter the cave complex, it's narrow, damp, and cold. The air itself is old and musty, with small niches and alcoves carved and worn with time that suggests some ancient purpose forgotten by modern people. Nothing seems to be currently stored down here as you're moving around, but you do see some signs of foot traffic. Did anybody succeed on the reason survival?
2.
I did.
Two.
I got 1.
So that's 2 momentum to cap you guys on your momentum. I'm sorry, we didn't do a complication earlier, did we? Fine. We're going to turn that into threat, Rox. I meant to do a complication earlier. That's my fault.
Okay, so you get 2 for that or just 1?
I think it's 1.
Okay,
I'll take
I
one.
think
I'll
I think
take
you're
one.
right. I think you're right. And we were already capped, so
Okay. The footprints are not recent. They're older. They're kind of in dried mud or in dirt that isn't near, that has clearly like dust that's settled down inside the footprints where they were. And as you're kind of headed down through the tunnel, it does split in 3 different directions. The tunnels are dark. And to navigate them, what you're seeing is, as you're kind of looking around, is it looks like there's a bit of a honeycomb in nature to the way they're laid out. I'm going to need another reason in survival. This one's going to have a difficulty of 3. So if one person wants to try this while other people help them, that's all one pool of successes. If you do it individually, though, that's going to be 3 different pools that if no one gets 3, then there's no success.
Who's got the best survival?
I have 1 in survival and 8 in reason.
What are we specifically looking for?
You're trying to navigate your way to the chateau through the honeycomb of tunnels.
I'm going to pat Crook on the side.
Sure.
His name? Oh, is that his name? Yeah.
Yep. And I'm going to say, Crook, find us people. Living people. I'm going to let him do his survival with smell.
Sure.
And
Can we help the dog?
his keen senses lower the difficulty of any test for survival or dealing with scent by 2.
Ooh, nice.
So.
Oh, so it's okay. So it's just wow. That's really good.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Go find Tim.
And that is going to be 3 successes.
Are you rolling or are you and the dog rolling?
The dog is rolling. I'm just
dog's
following
rolling
the
by
dog. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Reason and survival. And he rolled below his skill with it.
That is like Rin Tin Tin and Lassie rolled into 1.
Oh, he rolled. Okay, yeah, because that would give him, yeah. So as the 3 of you are kind of a little lost down here. Crook Crook, his ears perk up, and he doesn't bark so much as he does that like quiet chuffing that dogs do, and kind of leads you in a direction through the darkness. He never gets really too far ahead of you, and kind of as you come through the tunnels, you can see that it would have been very easy to get lost here. Eventually, as you get closer to what you assume is the chateau, you start seeing decaying bodies kind of stuffed into alcoves in the wall. There are carvings in the walls, in the stone walls, but they're not really discernible without slowing down and stopping. And Crook is having none of that. He is very determined on like going and doing this thing. You do come around a corner once or twice where you seem to startle something, and there are bats that fly almost right at you before they kind of veer off in another direction. And as you're getting closer, you do keep hearing kind of a murmuring that is what is far off, but it seems to be coming in from several different directions. It's all the one voice, but because of the way the catacombs are laid out, your guessing is it's causing a reverberation through the area that's making it hard to figure out the direction it's coming from. Air is getting decidedly colder. Wisps of white mist slither like snakes or perhaps tentacles around your feet. There is a recessed wooden door with no visible handle, but light shines through the cracks. Listening, you can't really hear much beyond it, but you must be in the right spot, and this is where Crook has brought you.
Good boy, Crook.
We're gonna try and stealth in. I mean, there's probably guards in there.
I think whichever one of us has the best. Is one of you a scout? Are you a scout, Corporal?
I'm pretty good at what I do.
If you could proceed a little closer quietly and perhaps get us a little information of what's ahead.
You got it.
Are you going to go through the door then?
I am. I'm gonna pull my trench knife and my boomerang.
Okay.
And be ready.
Give me a brawn plus athletics with a difficulty of 1.
All right.
The door itself is pretty hefty.
So am I. That is going to be 2 successes. I rolled a 3 and a 10.
Fantastic. You have entered some sort of cellar. It is freezing, and the wisps of mist seem to be denser in here than in the tunnels. It seems long abandoned, and it's full of cobwebs and detritus. Titus. I don't know, whatever. At the top of the stairs is a thick wooden trapdoor currently closed.
Okay, So the mist is thick in here. Can I see the floor?
You can see the floor, but it is, instead of being kind of like light and wispy like it was out in the tunnels, it's thicker, like they've got a fog machine going in here, but it's not so thick that you can't see the floor.
Okay.
You do not see a fog machine.
I pat Crook on the side, and again, I'm like, Crook, is there anything in here with us?
Crook, can you give me, do you have like an animal handling skill?
Well, let me see. Not really, unless it would be under survival or something.
Give me,
I will say, if it has anything to do with something he might be afraid of, he has like a courage ability.
So courage is going to be armor against mental attacks.
Okay.
So give me, let's say, insight and observation, I think, is going to be the best option.
All right. Insight observation for me?
Yeah.
All right. Oof. 1 success.
Okay. Yeah. So Crook is apprehensive. He's not unwilling to go in the room, but the mist is putting him kind of on his hackles, just enough that just enough that it kind of raises your hackles too. Like you're both kind of feeling the same thing, but he's more in tuned with kind of his primal nature as a dog. So he's feeling things, and you're realizing you're feeling it too. It's something that like the mist shouldn't be here. This is not a natural occurrence.
I'll look over my shoulder and say, "Be ready." And
Ravenloft.
I'm gonna proceed into the room, stealthily.
Okay. You can roll your agility and stealth.
Okay.
You just gained a threat, Matt, from Phil.
Fantastic. Thank you, Phil.
Thanks,
Sorry,
Phil.
I have the module up on that screen. I should probably.
I shouldn't have said anything.
That is 3 successes for me.
Okay.
So I rolled a 2, which is my stealth skill, and I rolled a 6.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's terrible. I don't like that split. How am I going to split this?
We're still capped out on our momentum. Have we changed scenes? We have not, right?
Oh, no, you're still down in the tunnels. This is actually technically the last scene.
Oh, okay. So did we change scenes though from the barn?
Yeah, and I had you remove one then.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
And if you didn't, you're still capped because like you.
Yeah, we
immediately
got
jumped
2 back later. So yeah, we're good.
So you went to the trap door, correct?
Mm. Yeah, I'm walking towards the trapdoor.
So you move through the room pretty easily. The trapdoor itself doesn't seem to have any kind of lock on either side. Like there would be some sort of mechanism down here, and there's nothing if it was locked from the top. That doesn't mean there's not something on top of it, but like it doesn't seem like it's going to impede you. Do you want to open it up and see what's up there?
Are you going to come back and tell us any of this, Matt?
Yeah,
Whatever your name is, Sarah.
yeah, I am going to come back. I'm not about to open. I'm going to be like, look, the room's misty as hell. Don't think there's anything else in there that I can see. But yeah, there's a trap door, and I think it's going to lead us into the house.
Well, we could observe the mist from the doorway where we're peeking through, right?
Oh yeah, when he opened the door, it's not pouring out, but it is definitely not. It's gotten a little bit thicker out here.
Before we open that trapdoor, let me take a look. I want to. This isn't natural for a cellar. I mean, it should be cool down here, but not like this. Can I just take a look around the room and see if I can see anything out of place or the?
Yeah, you can give me a reason observation.
Okay.
May I do that as well?
Yeah.
2 successes.
1 success for me.
Other than just kind of trash on the ground, you don't really notice much of anything else. It's not that there's too much. There's either too much there's either too much mist or just nothing really here for you to find. But when you look through the room,
like no carvings on the wall.
Nothing. Freaking
Nothing.
out for no reason, and it's freaking me out.
Who's freaking out? The cat?
Cat.
Ah.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, so like nothing on the wall. There's like no carvings on the wall. Nothing occulty.
Yeah, no, nothing that you really notice. The only thing that's odd is the mist itself.
Right. Okay.
Although I would say with the 2 successes, what you're noticing is it's coming in a very, very light stream out of the trap door, like descending from there.
Okay.
But it's almost imperceptible. Like it's getting down here and then like gathering, and that's when it's getting dense.
Yeah, so we definitely need to be careful going through the door.
I'm going to be going up, and I will try to do whatever I do silently.
Sure.
But be ready.
Hit the trapdoor.
Poking your head up out of the trapdoor, you find yourself in a small antechamber off a larger chamber. The larger room into which you're looking is circular, with an altar near the far wall, a single closed door on the left wall, and 6 supporting columns providing a degree of cover while reaching up degree of cover while reaching up to the ceiling 4 meters above your head. On each column, a civilian is tied. As you take in their appearance, you can see they are beaten, crying, and screaming in fear at something on the altar. You follow the gaze to the source of the terror, a stone slab red with the blood of sacrificial victims. Above, a glowing phosphorescent light surrounds a Black Sun master, 4 Black Sun novices, and a bizarre creature with fearsome claws and a slathering tongue instead of a head. Above, a dark presence seems to be forming in the air as the chanting of terrible ancient words continues. Oh, how does this not have a... Man, I need you all to make sanity checks, but we don't have that, so never mind.
Yeah, I don't. That's one of the things that I don't know.
Is that the
I feel
courage?
like there should be a better. Oh yeah, could it be a courage thing?
I mean, that's mental assault.
Yeah, so courage, I have to make an attack. So, like, some of your magic stuff will be an attack on, like, a mental attack, and that's when courage applies. It acts as armor, and you take away from the successes.
Yeah, this is much more in line with a lot of the current thought on insanity and mental things within role playing. Is that, yeah, it's yeah, they've kind of, this game takes it out. There are no insanity rules
It
here.
is
It's
way
yeah.
pulpier. I will say that, and I think maybe for war stuff that makes more sense. It's not necessarily who I would always want to play my Cthulhu stuff, but I get it.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Sure.
It lets us go even darker.
That way, if they do summon Nyarlathotep, the 3 of you won't just stare at it, slack jawed, and go insane.
No, that's what dynamite's for.
That's what. Wow. We should just get a shirt that has Aaron's like face on it, and that just says that's what dynamite's
for. I'm up for that.
That's what dynamite's for. I mean, and we own the art from the is what it'll have. It'll have Nephrin Ka from the art video, and then it'll just have Aaron's face, and it'll say that's what dynamite's for.
I like it.
We are going to descend into combat. I hope you guys realize that. That doesn't mean you can't sneak up, but there are at least 5, 6 adversaries in the room. You are so in this system, we went over this last time. There are different where'd my word go?
Words are hard.
There are different zones. So the antechamber, which is where you're kind of in, is one of them. The main room is another. The altar is another, and then the side door leading into the other room is a 4th zone. So if you're in the antechamber and you're attacking somebody in the main room, you're going to be at short distance. If you are in the antechamber and shooting somebody in, say, at the altar, that's going to be long. Or we decided that there's another one in there.
Because there's close. Because I have close range stuff that are like pistols, but I think we decided that there was a touch.
Yeah, so there's, what is that called? Where's my
maybe
daggers?
Extreme close?
Yeah, that was what was weird on mine, because my handgun is close and my hand-to-hand
reach. That's right.
Yeah, so reach means you can reach
That's
and
right.
touch it. Close means you can almost reach out and touch it. Then medium, then long. So if it's going to be in the same zone as you, it will be at reach, then close for the next zone, and then short for the 3rd zone. And then anything.
Can I have you give me those areas again in the room? So like where the trap door is, where we would be coming in, what is that area called? Is that the antechamber?
Yes, that is the antechamber. And then the big circular room is just called the main room. They were really descriptive on that name. The altar itself is its own zone.
And the altar is like opposite of where we're coming in at?
Yes. And then off to the left, there's a door, and beyond that door would be another zone. You don't necessarily like you don't know what's beyond that door, but it is a zone that will play into this combat if
And
you
it's
choose to
off of
let
the
it,
main
or
room,
if-
correct? Okay,
Correct.
cool. So the antechamber is reach. Main room is close, at least here in front, and then the altar is probably medium.
It's short.
Oh, short.
Yeah.
And then, okay, cool. Just for my visual and to understand how we might be sneaking into this room, the trap door, does it swing on a hinge, or do we pop it up and slide it over like a
Swings on a hinge.
manhole cover?
It swings on a hinge.
Okay, and then is everybody facing away from us?
The people are kind of so there's the columns. The people are kind of on the inside facing each other, if that makes sense. So there's
Okay,
a
like
column,
in a circle kind of thing.
not necessarily. No, it's more of like a straight path
How many
From-
columns
Okay.
are there?
from where you would enter into the main room to the altar. There are columns in a path straight away, and the people are facing each other on those columns.
Okay.
And about how many people are in there right now that are attached to columns?
You said 6, I
Yes.
think.
Sorry, I'm having some sinus issues that are causing me to cough.
So 6 on each side, or just 6
No,
total?
that's-
So 3
Six
across.
total. So
Six
columns,
total.
one column or one person per column.
Hmm.
All right, cool. So
And
do
then-
you come back and describe that to us, Sarah?
I would probably try to, yeah.
Okay,
I'd
just
probably be using hand gestures and everything, but I'm just like, my eyes are probably pretty big.
so 5 acolytes, 1 tongue monster, and a grand priest.
No, 4 acolytes,
4
one
acolytes.
one tentacle monster. It's not a tongue. I'll make it normal.
I've been called a tongue monster.
Rocky, come get your husband.
Not for me. Not for me. I never called him that.
It's one of those things when the ace guy is making the joke for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
True.
Oh,
True.
okay. Well, so you guys have the 5 of them. There are the 6 things there. How do you want to go about combat?
So if
Back
Sarah,
down the trapdoor, back up the tunnel, and home.
so I'm gonna say that we're still down in the lower
Sure.
room, and if Sarah lets us know that, I am going to beckon her down, and I'm gonna. Where's my handy dandy hammer of Thor?
I was gonna say you need to do that lightning thing again.
So I was gonna try.
I can counter, but all I've got is healing spells, and that's not going to help us right now.
I need to be up there in the thick of this.
There are realistically at least 5 casters in that room, potentially a 6th, depending on what Tentacle Boy can do.
Well, if you guys want to, we can go ahead and sneak up there in the room, or do our best and see if we can get the jump on him.
Do we want to cut free any of the civilians before we make a jump? Maybe get them out of the line of fire?
Where are they at?
They're tied to the pillars.
They're
Oh,
sort of in the line of fire, yeah.
I'm not trying to be horrible, but the moment that we cut them loose, they're going to raise enough of an alarm that any surprise is gone.
we're just gonna have to be. I mean, if they're already in there,
They're safest as long as they stay put and we don't hit them.
well, I think we at least need to sneak into the room and see what we can do. And thank you for your resubscription, David.
Yay, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Do I need to resubscribe?
I don't know.
That is a
Do
good
you?
question, isn't it? Everybody should take a moment to check and see if they need to resubscribe. I think I'm good because it wants me to gift one.
Yeah, I think I'm the same.
So you guys want to sneak into the room? Is that what the plan is?
Mm-hmm.
Be good, yeah.
Okay, so I need everybody to give me an agility stealth roll, difficulty 2.
Okay. I'd like to spend a momentum.
Guys,
Okay.
I've got. Okay, I'll try. I'm not really stealthy. I spent more time in the
wanna-
library than I did
Do
learning
you
how to.
want a momentum?
It might help, yeah.
3 for me.
I'm going to use one too. Jesus Christ, 3?
Yeah, 3 successes for me.
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
What is it again? It's agility stealth.
Yes.
Well, I got 2 3s, so that's 2 successes for me.
So you gain 1 momentum back from John's roll.
Yay. We're at 4.
All right. So you guys get into the room. I would say you can have whatever you need or want ready. It's just a matter of what that looks like for each of you. And then I will let you guys go ahead and go first. And then I will not require a momentum spin to hold the initiative the first time.
Okay, Sean just bought us some momentum.
Okay.
All right. Well, you spend those channel points, Sean.
Yeah, I've only got like 62,000 of them.
That's a good point.
I am going
Is
to.
there a hype train incoming?
Yeah, yeah, because I subscribed with Prime. People are
resubscribed.
spending channel points. Yeah, Sean resubscribed. David resubscribed. John, you have Amazon Prime now.
Yeah, I need to subscribe.
You need to hop in on your thing, get your Prime subscription in there.
Mm-hmm. True. Very true.
It's 94% at level 1 hype train.
I hope that I sure hope that somebody does something to help us get past that one, because that would be great. Come on, Amazon, hurry up and charge. There we go.
There we go. Oh, and yeah, there we go.
You know what,
There
John?
we are.
Don't worry about your Prime.
5 tier 1 subs gifted from the GM himself. Nice.
Okay, I sent out.
Oh,
one more.
and Bink did one too. So yeah, we're level 2-ing it up in here on this hype train.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So go ahead.
I will ready with the Thompson.
Okay.
I will aim, and I'm gonna throw a whole left a curveball at this. And I'm going to let her rip. This gun has the ability of area.
I would warn you, if you use area, say goodbye to those civilians.
Oh, well.
That specifically
That's like
says
what
in
it
this
is.
encounter, if they spray and pray, they will kill the civilians.
Dang. Okay, then no, I will sharpshooter and
Do we go for that head priest first?
I will if I can spend 2 momentum for my army of 1. Should I do that?
If we could take that lead caster out, definitely yes.
Okay, yeah. I'll spend 1 for sharpshooter, or actually sharpshooter gives me it gives me an extra dice of momentum for free because I'm aiming.
Sure.
And I will go ahead and throw on the piercing effect instead.
Okay.
With my, let me make sure I'm having to use. It's kind of dark over here. I will go ahead and use that with my machine gun, and we will shoot.
Go right ahead.
So, all right. And that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay, so you are firing. What's the range potential on your weapon?
Close quarter.
Okay, so you are firing into the next one. That's fine. We determine the skill. You needed a difficulty of 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have 7 successes. Is that what you said?
Right. Well, I rolled 4 successes.
Oh, 4 successes.
Yes.
Okay, so you'll gain 3 momentum. You can spend immediately or not. So then,
I would spend it because if we take on 1, we're going to be at cap. So if you want to
I'll
spend it,
Definitely.
Uh,
at least 2 of them.
I'm going to look at. May I look at the handout really quick and see what I can spend that on?
sure. I'm sorry. You're firing at who again?
Somebody said to shoot the head priest dude.
Okay. So that's actually not at close. That's at the next the next range because he's at the altar, which
Okay.
is not a big deal. It just increases the difficulty by 1, so you are only over 2. It doesn't really
Okay.
change anything other than you generate 2 instead of 3.
All right. Common uses for momentum. Combat. There we go. Oh goodness, I can't find it.
It's okay.
What are the combat uses of momentum? Does anybody remember?
I'm looking real quick. Don't worry about it.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
So you can
There we
create
go.
truths. For 2 momentum, you can create a truth for a character or the target of an action. So you could spend those 2 momentum and say, I'm shooting at him, but also I know you didn't use the area effect, but like I'm laying down fire, so he can't do much. And that would be a truth that we would apply to the situation. You can also use it to, that's not going to be any good. That's going to be the big one that it has here in this handout or in this module.
All right. Boy,
But
that's
also just
weird.
spend it. Well, I don't think your gun gives you the option to spend it that way. Some weapons let you spend it to do more things.
Yeah, I'd use it to use stun, but let's just go. Let's just go with the truth idea. That's a good one. And let's go for rolling up some damage. How does that sound?
Okay. So you're going to roll the 4 dice plus 2 more.
Make sense? Everybody there?
Mhm.
Oh,
Can you not
Are you
hear us?
good? We can hear you. Oh, your
I-
camera froze.
yeah, I'm frozen for the moment.
Well, deactivate your
There we
camera.
go.
There you go.
You're back now. All right, so let's go ahead and let's roll up some damage. That's D6s, correct?
Yeah.
Wish I had 1, 2. So that gun has 4 base, and then I'm over successes.
2.
I'm over 2.
We also have a reroll in the chat for whoever needs it first.
All right, here we go. I'll rattle off the numbers if people want to transfer them to what they would be. So I've got 2 1s, a 4 and a 3, a 5 and a 6.
Toss the 4 and the 3.
Okay.
I don't remember what
Or
the
is
rest.
that a 2 1s, the 4 and the 3 get tossed, and a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, I'm looking for the chart. Sorry. I was not prepared. There we go. Nope, that's not the right chart. There we go. So the 1s are 1. The 5 is 1 plus effect, and the 6 is 1 plus effect. So you got 4 plus you get 2 effects,
2 effects.
which I believe is where your piercing comes in. So you get
Second.
2 piercing.
Okay. And I actually automatically get piercing, so it's
You activate the ability to have piercing, is what I
sharpshooter.
understand. Yeah. So otherwise, if you rolled effects, it wouldn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Sharpshooter, and you chose piercing. Now you get that as part of the effect. So you get 2 piercing and 4 damage. Which I need
Okay.
to do. Good. Okay, so you bypass his armor. So you're gonna do 6. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you shoot him, and he takes some damage. Were you applying a truth to him?
Yeah, you had the right.
Under fire is the
Yeah,
truth.
under fire.
Okay. So he is under fire right now, as you have hit him once, and he has kind of not dove behind the altar, but he is definitely not out in the open all the way. Cool. So you guys maintain the momentum, or to maintain the initiative. Who wants to go next?
Are we all? We're all up in the room, right?
Yes.
Okay. I can go next if you want me to, Sean. Unless you've got something.
No, are you going to unleash Odin's Fury or Thunder Strike or whatever it is?
Let's see. I meant to check this. Spellcaster must choose a single creature within medium range. The spellcaster gains 3. Okay. I was thinking about doing Hammer of Thor, but I was also thinking about doing the Wisdom of Frigg.
Okay. Remember, you can only have so many spells ready per.
Oh, that's right.
I think you can have 2, and one of them was healing. You decided you didn't want, and you took the other 2.
So I decided I didn't want the healing one. Okay, then
if you want to change that out, that's not a problem.
No. I think that's correct. Okay. Because I didn't have any medicine.
Okay.
I think is why I chose that, and it just didn't make sense to me. But so yeah, Wisdom of Frigg is a oracular spell. It's for knowledge.
Sure.
And so the spellcaster must choose a single creature within medium range. The spellcaster gains 3 bonus momentum, which may only be used to obtain information about the creature or to create truth, where the created truth must reflect knowledge of the targeted creature's weakness. So, so I think I would like to try to cast this. So you'll have to remind me how to cast spells.
What kind of a caster are you? Are you
I am a rune weaver.
So a traditional caster?
I believe so.
Okay. So just so you have it in front of you, if you, I don't know if you have the module stuff in front of you.
I can probably get it. I just have to.
Don't worry about that. That's not a big deal then. We're going to say you are definitely a traditional caster. So you're going to roll insight and survival.
Okay. And let's see, it uses my observation skill. I don't know what that means. It just says skill observation difficulty 1, cost 3.
Okay.
Drain.
So insight observation then. So
insight observation. Okay.
Survival with observation. And then you have a difficulty of 1 to do this.
Okay, so insight, observation, you said? Yes. Well, it and my survival are the same, so let's see here. I am going to go ahead and spend a momentum for an extra die just to be safe.
What's the duration on that spell?
Boop, 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 boop. Instant.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. I got 2 successes on that.
Okay, so you will succeed unless I can block it. I'm checking to see if I can. Sorry, I'm looking to see what it's.
No, that's fine.
Oh, there it is. Can I actually have all of you roll will plus resilience? The difficulty of 1.
Resilience.
1 success for me. Is that our sanity roll?
There it is.
All right.
I rolled a 1, so 3 successes for me.
A 1 is only 2 successes.
Right, but I've got
okay
a 1 and a 3, so a total of 3 successes.
There you go. Did you get your successes, John?
I got 1 success.
Okay. So you all defend against the attack, the automatic attack
Of the creepy tentacle monster and the creepy.
fearsomeness of the tentacle monster. Yeah.
Cool.
That's cool. Sorry, I was looking to see if it could counter your spells. It cannot. However, Johan is going to let you do it. Go for it. Okay, so you get information. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I immediately get 3 momentum that I have to use. So the target I was going to target, I was torn between the high priest and the monster. I think I'm going to go after the monster.
Okay.
The tentacle monster. So for 2 momentum, I can, if the creature has an invulnerable ability, has the invulnerable special ability. Does he have that?
No.
Okay. Because for 2 momentum, I could make him lose that for my power level. That many rounds. But for 2 momentum, any attacks made against the chosen creature by the spellcaster or their allies gain either the intense or vicious effect.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to spend 2 momentum, 2 of that 3 to give us the vicious. I'll be honest, I don't remember the difference between vicious and intense.
If you roll vicious, is it vicious 1?
It just says vicious effect.
If you roll
So
effect,
it's probably 1.
it does 1 extra damage.
Okay. And intense, is that just like a mental thing?
I would have to look.
Vicious is fine. And then I'm going to use my last one to gain to obtain information about the creature.
What does the information you get? What does it say?
Or it says, or to create truth, where the created truth must reflect knowledge of the targeted creature's weakness. So I don't know if that means, can I just say he's weak to whatever?
You could if he was weak to stuff.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying, because I'd be creating the truth.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hold
So
on.
I didn't know if I could just say what he's weak to, like he's weak to bullets. Or
Yeah. I don't think that's...
he's weak to lightning.
He's weak to lead.
Steel, iron.
So you don't know what the creature's weak against, so you can't create a truth that corresponds to that. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, can I ask what he's weak against for my obtain information?
You sure can. He is weak against nothing.
Nothing.
Yes. I will give you
Interesting.
information about what he is immune to, though.
Okay, that works.
He is immune to cold, and so you cast this spell, and several things happen. Not necessarily like target spots on the body, but like kind of like radiating hit zones that pop up. That is also conferred to the other 2 people in the room, the 2 of you.
So we have VATS, guys.
A little bit, yeah. And then as that happens, like some symbols brush across, and what you know them as is Nordic runes. A rune for cold, disease, fear, pain, poison, and airlessness. Because vacuum's not a real thing that freaking Norse runes would say. Like they didn't exactly have a word for vacuum or a rune for vacuum. So like you understand those are things that he is immune to by existing at all.
Okay.
Those are things that not that necessarily matters, but is helpful.
And I don't know why, but in my brain, that one, kind of vine where it's the kid being chased by the vacuum and he's running and throwing the pillow over his shoulder, immediately came to mind of he's weak to vacuum.
He's just screaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's this tentacle monster running away from a vacuum.
This monster's worst fear is
Okay,
Roomba.
That's right. So, well, he's immune to all these things, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's immune to cold, disease, fear, pain, and vacuum.
Take that, Eureka.
Stuff.
So is
He doesn't care if he goes into
I was gonna
space.
say, so what he's not immune to is good old fashioned blunt trauma.
That's true.
That's true. So I would like to take, if I don't think I have necessarily specific movement, but I'm going to kind of take cover around if there's like a little wall or something.
You
I can
take cover behind one of the pillars. That would require you to move into the room and change zones, which is not a problem. But I'm giving you an idea of like what that's going to look like.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do that.
Cool.
That's my turn.
Do you want to spin momentum and hold on to the turn, or let one of them go first?
Do you want to go ahead and go, Sean, or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna take from my vantage point. I'm gonna take a pot shot at the monster.
Sure.
Spent 2 momentum.
So let's see. I forget what I need to roll for fighting.
It's probably like, depending on what you're doing,
What kind
I
of fighting
think
are you doing?
if it's
Handgun.
yeah, if it's ranged, okay, then it's agility fighting, I think.
I'm gonna go scroll back up hard for that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was That's what I'm looking. So yeah, it's just if it's just a straight agility, then
Coordination fighting for ranged.
okay. I don't have fighting though, so we're just going straight to
And it's a base difficulty of 1. What are you firing? Your handgun?
handgun. Yeah,
Okay, who are you? You're firing at the monster.
right. So the handgun has a.
He is also on the altar, so he's going to be at.
Oh, he's on the altar.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can move in first. That's fine. So you have a minor action and a regular
Okay.
action. A minor action would be to like John aimed, so
Mhm.
that was his minor action. You can instead move, which would put you in the next zone,
Right.
and take away any penalty that would come from fire
Okay.
distance.
Yeah, so I can move and like kind of squat down by one of the pillars and then like shoot around it.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Go for it. Roll your attack.
Can I go ahead and buy a momentum? Okay.
Roxy, are you noting the stress that I'm continually buying?
I just 1. Have you bought more?
I've bought 2 now.
Okay.
I've got 1 success.
Fantastic. So that'll be enough to hit. You have vicious on this, so you will roll the damage listed.
Mm-hmm.
Character. Who's your character? I'm sorry.
Daphne, she's got for the handgun. It says 5.
So you'll roll 5 of your d6s.
Mm-hmm.
It already has vicious. That's funny.
My handgun has hidden 1 reliable.
Look under salvo.
Oh yeah, yep, I see it. Yep, vicious.
So actually, we're going to make that vicious 2.
Okay.
We're just going to say that stacks. I don't know that actually in the rules it does, but I'm not going to take away from Roxy's character casting a spell. That's just silly.
Gosh dang it! Yeah.
I got 2 2s and a 5.
So the 2s are going to be 2, so that's 4. The 5 would be 1 plus effect, which is a total of 3, so that's 7 damage.
Nice.
That all makes sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Cool. Hey, Roxy?
Yeah.
Spend 3 threat to just ignore that. No, I take that back. That's injury. No, I'll take the stress. I'll take the stress. That's fine.
So wrong. Daphne did the one good thing this turn.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, if it makes you feel any better, you almost gave it an injury. Almost. So my turn. So first we're going to start with the Yawns. And Yawns is going to roll. Where's it at? Will and persuasion. I'm going to spend a threat to buy an extra die. Will and persuasion. 9, 10. Okay. That is 3 successes. That activates step 1.
Yeah,
So Jan, as he kind of hides down next to the altar, You can see him chanting, and he puts his hand out. His hand has some sort of rune. It's not carved in so much as it seems to be lit and sitting right above his palm. And he is chanting something that you can't quite make out over the gunfire. But as he does, you do hear the screams of 3 of the civilians as you watch something erupt from their mouth and vaporize as it comes out.
Can I counter?
You can attempt to, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go look that up. Thanks, Sean. No, it's fine. That's perfectly fine. I just don't remember how to do that. The counter. You can roll your power dice,
Right.
which increases the enemy's spell difficulty by 1. It's not going to do you any good.
Yeah, I was gonna say you rolled 3 successes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, you could. Oh, I'm sorry. One of those successes gets me stress back. Stress work the same way that I get it for additional successes. I don't know that it does.
Threat and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it does or not, actually.
And then let's not do that because that's bad for you guys.
Because you don't have a cap on yours. The rest.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I get stress or threat from you guys doing silly things or failing to do things. So the 3 of them die. It is very clear that essentially the essence of their life left their bodies. I need all of you to make. Where's my?
Did you roll again?
Will and resilience. This time a difficulty of 2.
One success.
I only got 1.
2 successes. Rolled an 8 and a 2.
So who did not get 2?
I didn't.
And my resilience score is a 2. Doesn't
matter.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have a focus.
Okay. Sorry.
It's not the same thing.
So you will both take. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Now I understand. So no, I'm sorry. That didn't matter. We'll say that the 2 of you that failed will take 1 damage, 1 stress, as you watch these people die. You watch the life essence come out of them and kind of coalesce around Jan's and kind of harden into like a gooey armor look on him.
Gross.
Question about stress. Does stress reset from scene to scene, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sven is very displeased.
He's got ectoplasm armor.
Servitor is going to come up. Yeah, he's gonna. Oh, are you? Roxy's walking away for a second.
Just a second. We got a silly barking dog.
Ah.
Sorry, Hazel really wanted inside.
So the servitor moves up, and since you cast a spell at it, Sven, it moves up and goes to attack you. Agility fighting difficulty 1. You need to roll an agility fighting test to oppose the.
Okay.
That is 2 successes.
Ugh. I got 1 success.
Okay, so I beat.
And 2 complications.
Oh.
Oh wait, why did I roll 3? I only got 1 complication. Give me my 1 success, Matt.
That's fine. That's fine. So
I don't know why I rolled 3.
brings
I didn't
these
spin.
large, overly long fingers. The first two fingers, the pointer finger is probably twice as long as it should be for its hand, and with the middle finger being slightly shorter than that. The other two are almost like separated. They're in the middle, like they're off to the side just a little bit, and they're of what would be considered normal length for the size of this hand. But the hand is also the size of like Shaquille O'Neal. This is not a small hand. So these fingers are like this long. The first one. And it swipes at you and hits you.
Did it make you really feel uncomfortable? It tries to lick you.
You're going to take 4 damage.
Okay. Does my courage or resilience or armor subtract from that in any way?
From that. So what do you have armor-wise?
I don't, but I was just wondering if
you
it
had
did.
like armor 1, you would take 1 less damage, or if you had like armor 5.
Okay.
Actually, I take that back. You roll 2 effect dice. You took cover. You very specifically took cover.
Oh, I did specifically take cover. I got a 5.
Okay, so you will take 3 damage then. Essentially, you roll the effect dice and subtract that from their successes, or their stress
Sweet.
that they're giving you.
Okay, cool.
One of the Black Sun novices, actually all 4 of them. Hold on. I gotcha. Okay. Oh, I guess. Okay. 2 of the Black Sun novices are going to contribute to this spell that's being cast. Oh. What happens when I roll a complication?
I don't know. I don't know if that's ever happened in any 2D20 game I've ever played.
They both kind of stand on either side of the altar, their hands out just like Yanza's. And what starts to happen is that same runic design is being lit and drawn, but it is not completed yet. The other 2 are going to pull their guns and fire. One will fire at Sean. You have cover.
Yep.
What's this under fighting and coordination? That is 1 success. So I do hit.
So, right, but don't I roll agility and?
Oh, that's for hand to hand.
Oh, hand to hand. Okay.
You will roll 2 effect dice, and subtract that from what I do.
I rolled a 3 and a 5, so I'm subtracting 1.
Yes. So I do 2 total.
2 total.
Yeah. I rolled 1 and an effect, and they have vicious on their pistols. Okay. And then the other one's going to fire at John. Mm-hmm. John, you didn't have your dog do anything in combat.
No, I haven't brought them out in combat yet.
Okay.
I haven't revealed.
That is not enough. That fails. They fire wildly. So it will 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. It will go to the top of the next round. I'm sorry. Jan also took cover, so he's officially under behind cover. You can still shoot at him without a problem, but he will get the effects of cover as well. So you guys get initiative unless I do something to hold it, and I'm not going to right now.
Awesome.
Roxy, what's my threat at?
I have you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. I have you at 10. No, I'm sorry. I have you at 11.
13, 25.
No, well, I miscounted, but yeah, my stacks are of 5, and then there's one on top. But yeah, I actually don't think complications affect GMs.
I don't think they do either.
I think it's just a failure for you.
It is your guys' turn. Who's going?
I say we let
So is
Sarah,
that
go.
everybody? Even the acolytes went?
Yeah, 2 of them shot and 2 of them contributed to the spell.
Okay, cool. Okay, so who wanted to go first?
I want to kill the spell good dudes.
Okay, do it.
So yeah, I will go sharpshooter, aim at one of them, and fire.
Are you firing at Jans, the main spellcaster, or
No,
one?
he took cover, didn't
Okay.
he?
Yeah, he did. I'm just verifying. Go right ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm shooting at the 2 dudes with their hands outstretched. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
So you'll add 2. Oh no, they're not at or they're at the altar. So you'll add 2 momentum. You have 2 momentum floating right now. So you hit. So you can go ahead and roll your damage, and then so whatever your damage is on the gun plus 2.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of so I rolled 4 successes.
2. It was a difficulty of 2 automatic.
Okay, so difficulty of 2 automatically.
Yeah, because you're at a different range than a farther range than you should be. It increases the difficulty by 1.
Mhm.
So that takes away 2 of the successes. That leaves you 2 extra successes that give you momentum, but also add a dice to the damage pool.
Okay. All right, but do I still have 2 momentum to use, or is that what is that used?
Oh, you can still use the 2 momentum. It's just
All
float.
right. I would like to add an extra target, which is cost 2.
Okay.
And so the full effect will also occur to another character.
Is this a gun like your gun's ability?
No, this is a standard usage of it's in the list of things you can do with momentum in the book. Let me pull it back up.
I don't doubt what you're saying. I would just like to see that list so I can tell you guys what else you can do with momentum in combat. I didn't see that earlier.
All right, 1 second here.
By the way,
Secondary
this
target right
is
there.
this is out, and there are all the hoots, bangs, and whistle, like all the dice and the GM screen and all that is now available on Modiphius.com.
Nice.
You
The blue
found it?
dice look awesome. Yeah, it's on page 15.
All right. So yeah, secondary.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, so that's 6 dice total again.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. What's the base damage for your gun?
4.
Then it's 6.
Well, it's better.
Can we reroll damage with? We do have 2 table rerolls. Can we reroll
Yeah.
damage, or is that only skill checks?
That's fine. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Do you want to reroll damage, John?
No, because I think they're technically all hits.
Oh, well then why are you about?
So 1, 1, 2, 2, 6, 5.
It's good.
Yep,
That's good.
Those those are good numbers. I don't know why you're moaning.
Is your
I don't know
weapon-
what they mean.
Oh, so you said 1122, right?
Yeah, 1, 1, 2, 2, 6, 5.
That's 6 damage on the 1. So 1 is 1, 2 is 2. So that's 6 damage there. The 6 is 1 plus an effect, and the 5 is 1 plus an effect. Your
That's
machine
8.
gun has
The effect my machine gun has is stun.
So you essentially got 8 damage plus 2 effects.
yeah. The effects won't matter in this.
That's fine.
Mostly because as you fire, you murder both of them.
I was gonna say, I mean, it is still vicious. I think from my thing.
Only against the servitor.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Well, I'm
they
feeling
only
good.
have 5 stress and 1 armor. Your 8 damage cuts them in half.
Yay!
You angle
Nice.
yourself just right and fire. It goes just over the top of the altar where Jans drops down behind it, cuts these 2 guys in half, and they just kind of fall over dead.
And it's not
Yay.
murder. They're Nazis. It doesn't count.
Are you going to keep initiative or does it come to me?
I say we keep
We
initiative.
well, we only have 2, so we would spend all of our momentum to keep it. If that's what we want to do, it's fine.
I was going to also ask, does Crook go on my turn or on a different one?
Does go on your turn.
Do y'all mind if I have Crook attack?
No, go
somebody?
ahead and do.
Yeah, no. If
do
it
your
doesn't
thing.
cost, if it doesn't cost momentum, go.
And
for
if
it.
you can generate some momentum and not spend it on you,
Yeah, no,
that would be great.
Crook is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. No, he is treated as an allied NPC. He gets his own turn. Sorry.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, I was checking your character sheet.
Do we want to go ahead and spend it, guys?
Another momentum. I just bought us another momentum.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll spend 2, and we have 1 from Sean in the chat. And Matt's gaining more
And-
threat.
Uh-huh.
I like how his threat costs 1,001.
I'm fine with that. I've got
Yeah, I mean, we all have thousands and thousands of channel points. So.
puts me at 12, right?
Yes, it does.
Excellent.
So
Remember, he can soak the crap out of stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Crook will go bite somebody. I whistle and Crook just kind of shoots up the ladder and goes for the first closest thing.
So probably one of the guys. It might be the servitor, honestly.
Is that
He
the tentacle
can roll.
thingy?
What? Yeah, the big tentacle guy.
Crook's pretty awesome. When he's in the room with me, he has 3 courage, so I will not doubt it.
Oh, this is the first time he has seen it, so he needs to roll will and resilience.
Does
Yeah,
that
why?
courage affect it?
It will take away from any damage that he gets dealt, but he still has to roll it.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a 1 and a 6.
So that'd be 3 successes. So he's fine. That does generate 2. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, good. That's good. That you wanted that.
Yep.
So go ahead and he can go ahead and attack the servitor.
All right. I'm not buying anything else. He's just going to go for it.
Okay, this is agility and fighting because it's hand to hand,
Yep.
and I roll as well.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. So that is going to be a 6 and a 9. So it's 2 successes, but you rolled as well.
Yeah, I got 3.
Oh, yeah.
Servitor is kind of fighting. Sorry. I want to make sure that nothing bad happens on that, but I don't think it does. That's not how this game works usually.
Yep. No worries. No
If
worries.
it was one of our other games, the dog would have been thrown across the room.
Eaten and devoured.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing happens. You just aren't successful. So basically, he comes up and the servitor just puts his hand on the dog's forehead, and he can't get there. No, the servitor dodges, obviously.
Yeah.
That hand on the forehead thing only works on humans. Are you going to hold on to the initiative? You have the momentum to do it again.
I think we should go ahead and let him take a turn.
Yes.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not allowed to murder the dog. Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh. What? The fact that you said shoot about murdering the dog just is.
That's all right.
Well, that's who's in the servitor's immediate way.
Yeah,
So
literally, you just were like, "Hey, look, it's a dog shield." Jans is going to cast his spell, or is going to continue his spell. I'm going to spend. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. It's 2 successes. Puts me at. Okay. Oh. All right. Add 2 more stress to that, or threat to that pool. As he continues to chant, you can feel something growing in the room. And by growing, it's like there's a darkness sucking the energy and the life from everything around him. I need all 3 of you. Where's my spell? Here it is. To make will and resilience tests
Mm.
with a difficulty of 2.
I have 1 success.
Okay.
No successes for me.
Okay.
2 for me.
2 successes for my dog.
I'm not allowed to kill the dog. We've already established this.
Yeah, what happens to me?
The last 3 civilians, their chests rip open as their heart literally explodes out of it. The other 2.
Yeah, you do have rerolls, John.
Oh,
And
right.
Phil just bought you one specifically.
So
Yeah.
I think we have an extra reroll for me as well.
We do. We have 2 on the table, so I'll spend one for Sean.
2 successes for me.
Well, that's 2 successes then. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice. There we
You
go.
both got 2 successes?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Yeah, you guys' hearts were going to start exploding. We still have 1 reroll on the table. So
But the hearts still get ripped out of the chest, eh?
Yeah, there's nothing for the civilians. They're unconscious. They can't.
we
really...
can't save the people.
Yeah, they were worried about spraying the gun.
That goes back to you guys.
Now we don't have to.
Now you have to.
So I would like to go, and if that's all right.
Good with me. You've been the one rolling complications. I want you to go.
Yeah, right.
So
I would like to try.
I was gonna say we've got 2 acolytes, the priest, and the tentacle monster now, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, I want to try to do my Hammer of Thor spell.
Excellent.
Okay.
Real quick.
I don't know how I feel about you saying that, but
you
Counterspell. Wait.
what's the difficulty for that normally?
2.
So as you start to cast that, Jan's dead stares you in the face.
Okay.
And you hear over the gale of whatever magic is happening already and the gunfire. You shall not bend the Norse magics against me. Your difficulty is going to go up by 3.
Okay. Well,
I don't suppose I can counterspell his counterspell.
No, you cannot counterspell a counterspell.
May
It's
I
not
recommend?
magic.
May I recommend
what?
Yeah.
spending a fortune?
Fortune will let her re-roll.
Fortune will also let one of her dice become an automatic success.
That's a
as
solid
one.
point. So that would be your 2 successes
That's
already.
true. Yeah, because
not a bad idea.
it treats it
Sorry,
as
I mean,
no, yeah. If it's like determination, then yeah, spending one of those, which we have 5 of, or yeah.
well, like every
You
character
have
starts
5
with 3.
table fortune plus your own fortune, guys.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
A lot of fortune that went into this.
yeah. I'm having to relearn a little bit myself.
Yeah, since it doesn't use the same terminology as Star Trek, I'm a little lost. But okay, well, I'm going to spend one of the table ones
Sure.
and save my personal.
Yeah.
I would also say that you could spend a second one, and that would give you 4 successes, but you would still be short. You would need 1 more.
Yeah, I'd still need to roll. Well, I mean, if you're cool with that, if I can spend one out of both pools.
Yeah, I absolutely. Since there's a table pool
Cool.
and a personal pool, you can spend 1 from each, but not more than 1.
All right, so that's 4 successes for my spell. It says it uses skill fighting.
So
The cost is 3.
Okay.
So I use. Is this will fighting?
I'm checking. Sorry. There it is.
Since it's magical.
So your traditional, you always go off of insight. Insight, and then now
Okay, that's right.
it would normally be insight and survival
Okay.
unless the spell itself says otherwise, and then it's insight and whatever that is.
Okay, cool. That is 2 successes. So that gives
there
me
you go.
6 total.
And that'll generate a
Awesome.
you call that
Momentum.
yes
Now, did you use any threat for that counter spell, or is that just an ability that
not.
he has?
that you can do.
Cool. Okay. So, is what I'm going to do then is So yeah, so it's an instant cost 3 drain, I guess, and piercing 1. It's an attack spell. The spell targets a single enemy or object within medium range and inflicts power +4 with the little Cthulhu symbol. Damage upon its target with the area effect.
Hold on just a second, because we need to look at drain, because we did not do that last time. I don't.
We
think.
didn't do that last time, so let me know
Not
if I need to adjust something.
I don't think it'll be a big deal, but it does have an effect on you. Resist. Okay. You need to roll effect dice equal to that number.
Okay, do you want
And
me to
then
do it
your-
also for the first time I did it?
Yeah. Your courage and morale resistance applied to against the stress is normal. But whatever you get on those effect dice will be damage to you for casting, unless you can resist it.
Okay, so you said my courage reduces it? Okay, so for my courage, reducing it from the first time I cast, when I cast Wisdom of Frigg, I got 2 damage.
Okay.
Let's see here. And then now for this one, it also costs 3.
You can also spend that 1 momentum you gained to add
Mhm.
1 morale resistance to your spell cost. You did just generate momentum. You can use
That's
it to
true.
kind of like stabilize yourself against it.
Okay, let me do that. I still roll all 3 right, but I get an additional reduction.
Reduction, yeah.
Okay, one of those was a 4, and so all of it was cleared out. My resilient or courage bumped it down. So
Fantastic. Yeah. So you kind of stabilize yourself mentally for that one, and it doesn't do anything. You're gonna roll 4. It's +4. 4 + 4 to what?
well, do I get for since it's an attack spell and I got 6 successes? Don't I get
1 from that, because the difficulty was 5. So the 1 extra would be 1.
Oh, that's right.
4, so 5.
So then it's 5 die.
Who are you casting this on, by the way?
Well, it has okay, so it does have the area effect. So I was actually aiming for the servitor.
So it will hit the servitor and the 2 other acolytes, or it will.
I thought they got mowed in half. Didn't they
There
die?
were 4 of them. There were 2 at the altar, which is a separate zone from you.
Oh, that's right. There's 2 more.
2 in the main room zone with you, and the servitor. So you can hit the servitor and the 2 guys, or Jans. Those are your 2 options. Honestly, you're probably better off with the servitor and the 2 guys.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And yes, Phil, yes, you can. All right, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, Phil, you can buy me all of the rerolls you want. Proxy Mark 15, the threat.
Okay. I think that's where you are.
Yeah, that's where I just put myself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he gave the reroll.
I thought I had.
It's not a table roll for us.
I thought I had a cap on how often a user could do those things.
Dude, 10 minutes. Combat takes forever.
Well, no, I thought there was like a per stream cap.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't seem to be.
Doesn't seem to be. Well,
yeah, I just bought us more momentum, so there doesn't seem to be a cap going.
Yeah. Okay. So I rolled 3 damage.
Okay. Any of that with effect?
1.
Okay, so you have piercing 1.
Okay.
You do an injury to both of the 2 acolytes. They are knocked to the ground.
Sweet.
The servitor takes it. Doesn't. You said 3? Ooh, okay. Yeah, the servitor's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have piercing 1? Oh, yeah. No, the servitor seems to shrug that off.
Okay.
I forgot he has high armor. But the other two guys are knocked to the ground and seem disoriented at the very bare minimum.
Okay. Cool.
Are you keeping the initiative or moving on?
We have enough to keep it. If y'all want to, have you gone yet this round, Daphne?
No, I haven't gone yet.
Do you want to go, or do you want to let them go?
I'm sorry, Roxy. You already had piercing. Or you had vicious.
I had vicious on, and then this spell had piercing.
Okay, so he will actually take 1 damage.
Yay!
Sorry, those two things should, because you already cast a spell. I'm not going to take away your prep. That's stupid.
Okay.
You work hard to get that. Like, there's no reason to take that away from you.
Does this servitor guy have wings?
No.
Okay.
He is like, imagine if the Hulk were just a little bit shorter. Instead of a head, he had a big old creepy tentacle.
Okay, because I grabbed this art off of the Modiphius website for this module, and I was like, is this spoiler art? My background.
No. See if
Okay.
I can. Because I can do a thing.
It's no big deal. I was just wondering.
Because I can share my screen, right? There it is. Did that work? Can you all see that?
We have to click it, and it made me the game master. Just a second.
Oh no. Oh, weird. Maybe that didn't work.
Oh,
No, it worked.
ugly.
I could see it now. It's back on the stream though. Ew.
Yeah, they can't. I don't know.
The stream can see it. It's in. It just took you off the screen, Matt.
Oh, good. That's what I wanted it to do. So how do I stop? There we go. Perfect. Maybe. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay.
There, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Well, I
Now,
think
see-
that. Oh,
Actually,
no,
if you ever, no, we're good. We're good. It fixed. If you ever want to share your screen for a stream, so you can show map or something like that, all we have to do is set that up when I'm setting up the screen, so I can be prepared to, or so, we can deal with that. That works.
good point. I didn't think about that. I'm sorry. I will.
Well, that wasn't you didn't know that we'd be like, hey, we want to see this creepy thing.
Yes, it is. Well, that's what happens when you summon monsters in Call of Cthulhu, streaming chaos.
That's right.
So, you hit them. The servitor takes a little bit of damage. Doesn't seem that hurt, but definitely you did hit him. The other two guys are actually dead.
Oh, nice.
Piercing and vicious are gone.
Die, Nazis.
I mean, if
did you want to keep it, Daphne?
Yeah, if we want to keep it, I'll take some shots at the servitor. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to sneak up on Jans. Which I don't know if I can move close enough to get a shot at him where he's not in cover.
He would still get cover.
Right.
Move. Your movement is just going to be going from this zone to that zone.
To the altar?
Yeah.
All right.
They're way more loose with the concepts of like where you're at in combat in this system, which I don't have a problem with. I think it worked well. But it is definitely a thing.
I'm just if we want to keep the momentum, I'll take the shots at the servitor.
That works for me. I mean, I think he's definitely a big problem.
Hopefully he's hurting because I'll get +2 vicious if I get a hit.
He has it looks like he nicked himself shaving. That's about as good as it gets. It sounds like
took damage earlier from John as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something then.
So go ahead you can go ahead and fire if you'd like.
Okay. That is for agility, right? For shooting.
Good question. That's a good question.
I don't know.
You said it was coordination last time.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, it was coordination fighting.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. That is complete misses.
Okay.
There's a reroll on the table.
True.
All right. That is still a miss. Sorry, guys. I'm a little under pressure.
Sean.
All right.
Under pressure.
That's fantastic. So on the servitor's turn, you hear the most disheartening screech that you've ever experienced in your life. The like on at the front of its tentacle coming out of its where its head would be, its face opens and then starts to invert itself as it almost like rips right down the middle, almost like there's a zipper there, just and you see its essence fly back into the hand of Johann or of Jans. You feel more than hear, almost like a drop of a heavy stone, and the sky or the air above Jans cracks open, just rips open above him and begins to widen, and a tentacle comes like slithering out of it. I need all of you to make will and resilience tests with a difficulty of 2.
Oh, heck yeah.
That includes the dog.
I made it.
Okay. Roll a complication.
Trying to figure out if I did.
Oh no! If it's a 20, you rolled a complication. That's how hard it is. But Roxy, I think, rolled at least 1, probably 2. I'm guessing.
No, I rolled a failure of a 16 and a 20. Yeah.
I rolled a 6 and a 1.
Okay, that's actually really good. That's like 3
Yeah.
successes.
Is it
Right.
You said will, resilience?
Resilience. Yep.
Yeah.
Even the dog. So I made it and the dog made it.
So even the dog.
Sven did not make it. Yeah. I mean, and I have pretty good resilience, but it just the dice weren't with me there.
And
And I'm let's see what happens. I mean,
you're going to take 4 stress. Courage will reduce that.
Do you have courage, Roxy? Are you
okay?
courageous?
I do. I have 2 courage.
The flesh bag, what's left of the flesh bag of the servitor, flops to the ground.
Ew.
As you can feel this monster coming out of the air above Jans, and he is cackling in German.
Ooh, I can speak German. Can I figure out what he's saying?
But no, he's just cackling. I'm just,
okay.
It's just in a very German way.
It's a very German laugh.
Cackling with a German accent.
Yes.
Crook. Crook is the dog's name, Phil.
Yeah.
Send Crook after the tentacle.
That is actually top of the round. You guys have initiative. Oh, I'm sorry. Roxy, mark my threat to 0.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. You got a complication. Mark my threat to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so the ritual has to go through 2 phases, which we already went through, and then I have to hit 15 threat for it to go off. Then I lose all that threat, and now we're on a timer. Have fun, guys.
Here we go.
Dynamite.
I have explosives.
Ooh, it's worked in the past.
Who's going over there?
I'm going to keep attacking the priest because I'm like, y'all tell me what you need done.
Shoot
Well,
the
there's
priest.
only the priest left, really, at this point.
The what?
The priest is the only thing left at this point.
Yeah.
Shoot the priest.
Besides
Shoot the
the
priest. Shoot the priest.
So,
yeah, you can shoot the tentacle if you want.
No, shoot the priest. He's the doorway. Kill him.
I will attack him. I will aim and attack. I will spend a fortune for the critical success.
Okay.
And
Did you want to spend one of your fortune and one of the table fortune?
I get an automatic fortune by aiming.
Oh,
And I get piercing 1 by doing that with my sharpshooter ability.
okay.
So I will. Sorry, my brain just went out the window. So I use that to get my 2 successes base. And I just rolled and got another 2 successes, so I'm at 4 successes.
Okay, so that's going to be 3 momentum. Or, I'm sorry, 2 momentum. You're still at a different range.
Okay.
You need to move closer, John.
Yeah,
He's using it to aim, though. Every time he aims, it's actually better for him. It's
True.
yeah.
Yep.
So
right.
damage plus those, you'll get your piercing. You'll get piercing.
Alrighty. All right. So that is a 5, 5, 5, 6, 2, 4.
4, 5, 6. 6, 4 of which is piercing.
Okay.
You do a wound, or you do an injury. He gets
All right.
you fire into him. It passes through the armor, the ectoplasmic armor, through what you're assuming is some sort of like heavy leather kind of breastplate, and hits him, and he flies to the. Oh wait, I take that back. I'm sorry. He has cover. Nope, all of that still applies. And flies to the ground and seems very stunned.
How much fortune can I spend around?
It's just the one from each pool.
Okay. Can I say the first one was from my personal pool and spend one for an extra major action?
Is that something you can do?
Yes, it is with a
You
fortune.
do it after your roll, though.
Yes, it's basically you are getting another major action, and so I would be able to get another attack.
If GM says so, we got it to spin.
You mean to... Go for it.
Alrighty, here we go. So again, does my aim previously apply?
No, you've
Then
already for the round.
Do we have any momentum left?
We do. We have 4.
Take it.
All right, I am going to spend. I'm going to spend 2 for the roll. Right, that's a 1, 5, 9, and a 15, which will not
Sounds
be
like-
enough for. So I got 2, 3, 4 successes, but not the last one was not a success.
So you still generate 2 momentum. You still hit.
All right, and here we go. I don't know what this means. Again, 5, 5, 5, 3, 2, 3.
5. Both 5s are success. 1 hit with, or 1 damage with an effect. The 3s are nothing, and the 2 is 2 damage.
So 5 damage with 3 effect.
Wait.
No, that's
Yeah, 5, 5, 5.
he does take some damage, but it doesn't kill him.
Okay.
Okay. And that, I'll tell Crook to go. Oh no, I'm sorry, I can't. That's right. He's an ally.
You
Yep.
can spend momentum to do that, and you just
I
earn some. Hold yeah.
Yeah,
You
we have it. We have it. We're at 5 right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend. Do you want to go, Sean, or can I go?
I've been rolling really good on attacks. Unless you need me to heal you, I say you go.
Okay, I am going to I'm gonna throw a bomb.
Yes.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
When tentacles are in the picture, you blow it up.
So I'm in the main room, correct? Still.
That's correct.
And so the altar would be considered close range for me?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Well, how about the tear?
Also in the altar zone.
In the altar zone. Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'm going to throw a Mills bomb into the tear. If I can. It says I can throw it. It's a throwing thing.
We're going to call that ranged attack.
Okay.
Which means coordination and fighting.
Okay. Let's give her a shot. I'm going to spend 1 momentum to add a die to my pool.
Sure.
Can I invoke one of my truths to spend a determination? or fortune, whatever it's called, to say that I've glimpsed what mortals should not know, and so seeing this tear open up, I am motivated to
Yeah.
close it at all costs.
I think
Okay.
that's great. Yeah.
Okay, so I have 2 successes automatically with that, and I will mark that off my sheet. And then I shall roll 3 die. And that is 2 more successes.
Okay.
So that's 4 total successes.
You needed you needed 3.
Okay, so I get an additional die plus.
You needed 1. You needed 1.
Oh, I only needed 1, so I get 3 additional?
Mhm.
Okay. Alrighty, I am rolling 9 damage dice or effect dice.
9.
9.
That sounds about right.
9.
All right, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 3 effects.
What effect? It has stun as an effect. I don't think it has
Stun, and it is area.
Okay. All right. So, you throw your bomb. It lands right next to Jan's, explodes and plasters him across the wall. And I'm sorry, does not plaster him. It explodes, takes off bits of him, and knocks him into the wall. As it does, the tentacle reaches down the rest of the way, curls around his waist, and pulls him up into the tear. And it closes.
I probably
Ooh.
fulfilled some desire he had, the sick fuck.
As you're kind of standing there, you realize that you have had what is essentially a few moments of gunfight in the bottom of a chateau occupied by a lot of Nazis. You have fulfilled your objectives, but to get out of here is going to be running at this point. Or
Back
you're
down
just,
to your
Sure.
trapdoor.
yeah. So we're going to call the game. You have successfully won against what almost was a very successful ritual.
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I thought the tentacle was just gonna pull me in.
Well, I didn't get a turn, so no, but that's
Honesty, yeah.
that's good. There's a good reason to spend momentum and then realize that you can't spend anymore because everybody's taking a turn and then you're all screwed. Yeah, so that was Achtung 2D20, a quick trip to Paris or quick trip to France. I liked it. I think it's.
I did too.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Technology stuff that I would have to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But I like the combat aspect, and I've always in my video games, like obviously not a video game, but I'm saying in games that I play, I like the opportunity to feel like I can fight back.
Sure. I feel like so. We have played Achtung Cthulhu for 7th edition. I guess technically for 6th. And you guys have never run into a servitor because they're disgusting. Like they're terrible. They have actual armor. You don't really do any damage to them. They murder you one swing at a time.
Did I do that? Did I once? Did Sitwell run into one on the train? Because there was some beefy sons of guns that.
Those are totally different, and those things are also murder machines.
Okay, because they almost killed me within, I think, like 20 minutes of our first time that I was on that show.
Yeah, so those are Rotgroff. No. Essentially, the servitors are Black Sun, and the ones you guys fought were Nachtwolf. So they're just both nasty things. But the servitors in 6th edition are just real nasty. And they get really bad. And then if you play the minis game, then they give them Thompson machine guns.
Dude. Sorry.
So like get ridiculous. But yeah, like servitors are really rough. I felt like he was dangerous. Don't get me wrong, but also it was something you could deal with.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, he was immune to like literally everything except physical damage.
Yeah.
You know, I like this version. It is compared to Call of Cthulhu system. This one seems more focused. It's not as open-ended as your character. Like, you know, with Call of Cthulhu, we can almost do any of the skills as long as we can make the roll.
Yeah, there's still a lot of potential for you to do stuff. I think part of the other problem with this system, just in a general sense, is that I in Call of Cthulhu, I can just have you roll all day long and there's no effect.
Right.
If you roll in this one, there's a negative effect if you roll complications, and
Sure.
there's a positive effect if you keep getting more successes than you need. And yeah, you cap at 6, but you can just keep that at 6 all the time if the players keep asking for rolls.
Sure.
It is a little less freeform there in how many rolls it allows and how it allows them. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but it definitely is a different way to roll the system. It also runs directly off of individual scenes. This scene does a thing, this scene does a thing, this scene does a thing. There are objectives in each scene. There's a lot going on in each of them, and none of it's bad. Don't like I don't have a problem with that, but it runs very differently from what other systems do.
I definitely don't feel as squishy in this game.
Oh yeah, no, you're not supposed to. Although I will say, one bad hit will still take you down.
Right. Well, because once your stress fills up, then you start filling up injury, or if it's piercing, it goes straight into injury. We didn't really.
So if you take half of your stress in one hit,
Oh, okay.
the equivalent of you take an injury. If you fill up your stress, you take an injury.
Gotcha.
If you fill up your stress, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
So
yeah, see, we didn't get to that point, but
it's relatively hard to kill people in this, but if you get too many injuries, you can be murdered.
Gotcha. Okay.
It takes a lot to get there, though.
But still better than Cthulhu, where you could just get hosed in one hit and
sneezed on
dead.
and die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or walk around for 6 months with 3 broken ribs, and then one day just sneeze out in the wilderness and keel over. Which I think for a little while was where Claudius was.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on his journal, and I'm like, my God, he's just constantly writing that he's like, I should have died. I should have died there.
Yeah. So
Aaron's journals has gotten way more erratic because I haven't taken a lot of damage except mental, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. There's been a lot of there's a lot in this system. There's a lot more pulp action instead of grit action, and I don't necessarily think it's bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes things need to be pulpy and not so nitty and gritty. And regular Call of Cthulhu is very like everything hurts all the time.
Yeah.
So,
I love Call of Cthulhu, but it is a very deadly system, and I know that it's supposed to be, but sometimes it's like, but what if I want to run a campaign in Call of Cthulhu where nobody necessarily dies? What if I just want him to be super shaken up and effed up? But
or in this case, I'd like to run a Call of Cthulhu campaign where nobody goes insane.
The Gumshoe works really well for that. The Gumshoe system is,
and I do have some Gumshoe stuff.
It's still super pulpy, or still super like investigative. It's very it's called Gumshoe for a reason. It's very investigation driven, but like you can take some hits. Like you are probably a square-jawed detective of some sort, and getting punched in the mouth is not going to kill you. Getting punched in the mouth might hurt, and you might suck for a while, but you're not going to die from it. So I think that Gumshoe does a lot of things well. And for the reasons you've said, like maybe I want to play that game. I like to play and tomorrow I could turn around the corner, see something terrible, and that's the end of my character. I think that there's that puts a more of a high level danger into a system. I find Call of Cthulhu legitimately scary for my character.
Yeah, I had a major wound from a scrawny, starving, insane artist.
Yeah, that dude was scrappy.
I'm a New York detective, and he almost took me out.
I like that your journal's going to be like, and then we went to this guy's house to look at this painting, and I nearly fucking died.
It pretty much.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, like there's stuff in Gumshoe that I really like, and I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a fantastic system. It's not necessarily how I would want to run everything, but if I wanted to run like a hard-nosed detective goes after the Cthulhu stuff without actually dying every time he turns around, that's definitely the way I would do it.
Well, we do have the King in Yellow box set that is all based on the Gumshoe system.
Yeah, I've had my fill of King in Yellow stories after George ran that side quest years ago.
Yeah.
I have literally
That was
like,
a good side quest. That was a really solid side quest.
I have personal
One
nightmares
of the
about that. That's the game that I literally cried during the end of. Like that one was really impactful. And I don't need to think about it ever again. So
honestly, I feel like the King in Yellow is almost more of a horror story that hits me than necessarily some of the Lovecraft stuff. But it's a solid story. And I think it's because it's a little bit more like with Cthulhu, it's Abdul al-Hazarad or whatever, and you have to get the Necronomicon to get affected by it. But the King in Yellow, it's a play that hundreds of people go and see over time, and it's like, and yours was that like a baseball game? Wasn't it a baseball game you were all at?
Yep. We didn't see the play. The play happened somewhere else, and we got messed up by it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I think was that Chambers? Was that Robert Chambers who wrote? I think he's the one who wrote the King in Yellow or the Yellow Sign or whatever, and it's good. It's good.
It's very possible. Sean, if you're interested in that, it's on our podcast.
Okay.
I think it's
side quest. I think it's the second side quest.
Side quest 2, because the first one was us as kids that Shirley ran, which was not bad, but we were being jackwagons. Every time that we play Bunkhouse B, it's reminiscent in some ways of the jackwagonery that we played in that one, but it's always fun.
It is.
Yeah.
I could definitely do more of the kids on bicycle genre kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's where my mind is definitely is. I like. I think that maybe it's because in role playing we're used to playing the big tough characters so much that playing somebody that has little knowledge and innocence and everything is a threat. It feels like that's more. I don't know.
And I think that best illustrated it when Matt and I's character kept throwing salt at literally everything that came at us because we thought that would work.
Well, and it's also like, it doesn't matter if you think that you're the baddest mother in the room. Call of Cthulhu, you're never that bad. You're never that scary. So yeah, I'm sorry, I wouldn't look this up. It's Side Quest 2, episode 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We literally had a fight where we fought horses. It was bad. Like, we fought horses and they nearly murdered us. It was real bad. But it's a really solid story. And honestly, Sean, other than the audio quality, which is off because we were using a bad mic at the time, we were using for all 6 of us what you're using in front of you right now. Only a little quality. So, like, other than that, I think it's a solid storytelling game. George does a really good job of that. He made me cry in the other game he ran. That one was terrible.
I've never played a game with George. I've never met George, but he is somebody that I would happily game with any day.
He is also like one of the few people that if he was like, hey, I want to play a game, I would forcibly find room for him. If he came in next week and was like, hey, I hear you're streaming on Thursday nights for this Call of Cthulhu thing. Can I play? I'd be like, hey, Roxy, so about putting 5 players on. Like, that's a thing we should consider. George is an archaeologist by degree, and gets really into his historical stuff. And every character he's ever played has been well thought out and like researched deeply. No matter how goofy we get with it, he puts seriousness into like what he develops to begin with. And all of his characters are flawed. And then all of his NPC or all of the like pre-made characters that he makes are always flawed in some way. There's a reason that they're not just, oh, I'm just a good person. No. You have these inherent flaws to your character. Like, let's deal with those. So, yeah, I really appreciate George. He always puts a lot into role playing too. Miss George. I don't know if I want him to run anything right now because I don't know if I can mentally handle that. But
well, now I just have to really, John, I need to work on making you cry. That's all.
oh, that first one, I don't know. Like, I knew what I had to do, and my character was going to do it, and I was just like, "This is a terrible idea. I don't like this at all." Yeah, I would say that Achtung does a lot of what Gumshoe does in making things not so. Let's all go get murdered.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which, Roxy, I don't know if you've picked up on this, but I do this normally for when we play the podcast for the Achtung games. I give extra hit points so that people are a little less
squishy. Yeah.
Squishy, but they're still pretty squishy, even with 5 extra hit points.
Yeah,
but
that's how dangerous the game is, quite frankly.
And honestly, I've never pushed real hard at sanity loss because it goes so quickly. I mean, and it's a downward spiral. Once you start losing it, it's too late. At least in 7th edition, you get it back. Like that feels better, or it's easier to get it back.
You get some back, yeah.
Right.
So, what did you guys all like the story?
Yeah, definitely.
No, I appreciate the small scale of it. Honestly, it's one village. You know, we rolled active skills. We had combat. Everything felt like, okay, what's the next step? So no, this was awesome.
Yeah, for a starter set adventure, it was a good adventure because nobody may make it out of it. I mean, there's a real chance that everyone dies. But
that first combat you guys went through, you did really well, and then went one right after another and just murdered those guys.
Right. But I think, it's also one of those things where once we started seeing the bodies in the catacombs underneath the chateau, it was one of those things where, at least for my character, I was like, there's a real shot that we're not going to save these people, so it's really just, do we end what's going on here? And, even if that means dying with it or whatever. But yeah, I think it was a really good starter adventure.
It's funny, oh, good. Sorry.
I was just gonna say it gives everybody, it gives you a chance to do everything.
Well, and it gives the appearance of being open and free for you guys to do whatever you want, while having you on rails the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, there was no way you weren't going to the chateau, and you weren't going to go in the front door. It was just a matter of finding the way in the back, or this way underneath, and that's all. All it did was put you on those rails and have you go.
Right.
I mean, I could have made that combat harder. I know that sounds really bad. Like, well, but how? I could have started spending threat and brought in guys with guns. And I was like, but I would rather summon this monster. If there had been more of you, I would have brought in guys with guns real quick. Although with the way Roxy was rolling with all those complications, she was helping me get there.
No, I think narratively, I think you did the right choice summoning that tentacle, because like my character was driven by the knowledge of the forbidden. About the first time you yanked those people's chest open and sucked out their essences, my character in my head was like, nope, I'm out of here. This is not what I want to know.
Nope, nobody wants this.
Yep, nope.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean, that's the story. That's kind of it.
I think this works really great for when we're on breaks and we want to keep content going out for one shots. The system makes it really easy.
Yeah, unless it's very vastly different from Star Trek, there's not a ton of advancement. There's a little bit here and there, but like Star Trek does not have lots and lots of like, well, you gained a level. Like there's none of that. You gain a little bit of maybe a skill point here, or you can shift some stuff around here, or there's options, but there's not a lot of like adding to your character. It's more readjusting your character for what you've learned over time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think it's a great system, and I think it'll be good to play again eventually.
And the Aaron special won the day.
Blow it up.
The blow, yeah.
blow
I
it
was
up.
like, well, I'm the one who's got the bombs. I had some charges, but I think they needed to be set up.
Do.
And we did not have the freedom or the ability to do. I guess, I mean, we could have just stayed in the catacombs and just set up charges underneath the entire chateau and underneath wherever they were, and then brought it down. But we wouldn't have even been.
We were trying to save the
Yeah.
villagers, which was.
I know,
I mean,
but I wasn't. I hadn't taken. I mean, I still had a good amount of stress left. Sven has a ton of stress before he starts taking injuries. But I had lost quite a bit, or I was pretty stressed out.
yes,
So-
if it had gotten back to my next turn, that's what I was going to do, the healing ritual, to see if I could recover some of yours, because you're the one that had taken the most beating.
Yeah, I think I had taken like 9 or 10.
Oh, you have that much?
Yeah, let me look at his sheet again.
I knew like the 4 is no small number. Yeah, you've got.
I have 15, so I hadn't taken 10 yet. I had taken 8. I would have taken 10 if my courage had not removed 2 off that last one.
Courage being up at 2 is a big deal for your casting, because I don't think. Because Daphne doesn't have any courage.
Nope. I was glad I made all those rolls.
Daphne is screwing her real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that courage is a big deal.
Yeah, actually, and if anyone watching ever wants to get, this specific adventure is free.
Yeah.
The little starter adventure, Quick Trip to France, is free, and there's at least 3 other characters that we had to choose from, and we just picked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there were other ones that would have been able to really melee, or shoot like John's character. There was at least 2 other soldiers, I think.
Yeah, I almost went with the character, but it was too close to what I play Aaron as. There was the character that was, I think, American, was the truck driver, kind of scouty,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like a sergeant, somebody or other.
They have, if you want background information for the setting, they already have plenty of that out.
There's even an audio drama.
Yeah. There's that as well. For 6th edition, they have a bunch of like setting stuff that's really good. You can get all that on Drive-Thru RPG in PDF forms, and they're relatively inexpensive. I think the Keeper's Guide is $20. It has the base information, but other than that, you don't need much more. You don't spend maybe 15. For this one, it doesn't look like they've officially released the base game yet.
Oh, I thought I saw
don't see
earlier. Maybe it was on pre-order, but it was pretty expensive from what I remember. Well, it was pretty expensive. Yeah, I'll have to go and see if I can find the link.
Yeah, on their website, it's $57 for the Game Master's Guide.
Is that $57, or I thought it said 57 pounds?
I it to US. It does that for me automatically because I'm signed in.
Okay, well, I thought it had said 57 pounds, and I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of money.
And then it's $43 for the Player's Guide. A couple of things to keep in mind is when you buy stuff from Modiphius, you automatically get a free PDF with all of your purchases, period. That's a thing they do, which I think is fantastic. But they're also big books. This one is...
They're huge, yeah.
178 full color pages, which doesn't sound like a ton, but like they're full color. Like they do not skimp on the color on these. And these are supposed to be,
they're beautiful.
expecting to ship because they're in pre-order in summer of 2021. So this summer, it'll be soon. I like the blue dice. I absolutely love the blue dice.
Yeah, they're nice.
Mostly because it also ties into the story. There's something about blue in the story that's really important.
But,
yeah,
I see that the Game Masters bundle comes with the blue dice. And the Cthulhu the Achtung Cthulhu Players Bundle comes with the black dice. I really like the Black Sun Exarch collector's edition cover.
Yeah. It's I really like the Black Sun symbolism. But it's overall I think it's a really solid system. And I like what they're putting out. Modiphius has continually put out. They have some problems with how they lay out rules that I've continually been frustrated with. But the rules are there and they're pretty solid when they put them together. And I also think they're acknowledging. I think the Star Trek, the Klingon base book readjusted where they put stuff and helped out quite a bit with how
I think so, yeah.
How they laid out the rule set of the rules for the game, so it's easier to follow and understand. But like the character creation in Star Trek is amazing.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite character creation. And if they incorporate anything like that into Achtung Cthulhu 2D20, where you can pick like your background and your upbringing and your, and in Star Trek it has a feature, and I'm hoping they do it here too, where this may be your upbringing, but did you accept it or rebel against it? And if you did, it changed your stat builds. And so it really let you create a character. It wasn't just like, here, roll 4d6 or whatever and assign some points and see what happens. It made you kind of bring your character to life through 7 steps.
Yeah. And I will also say the stats on these characters are much lower, it seems, than Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm wondering if there's a way to increase things as you go.
Yeah.
I
would like to see more.
Some people had more or less skills than others, but then had more like talents or better talents or equipment, maybe. I don't know, but like it felt like there was some like stuff that moved around, and then dog, silly dog, good boy.
Now, good boy. Now, if anybody watching does like the 2D20 system but isn't a big fan of Cthulhu or horror, or isn't a big sci-fi person and doesn't want to do Star Trek, they have 2D20 is branching out into all kinds of stuff. They already have, I believe, the Dishonored RPG. They have the John Carter of Mars RPG, and they have Conan. Mm-hmm. So they have a couple high fantasy, then like a steampunky in Dishonored, and then John Carter is kind of sci-fi, I guess, but it's also kind of high fantasy, isn't it?
Is Fallout going to be the 2D20, or is that going to be a
Fallout is going to be 2D20? Yes.
Those are the third D20 to see where you shoot people.
And then, Fallout, and then what's the other one? Dune.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They've announced Dune. So those are all going to be in the 2D20 system. They've also got some other stuff. They've got the Infinity system. If you're familiar with, I think it's like Corvus Belli or something, Belli.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Infinity, they have a 2D20 of that. They also have something called the Mutant Chronicles, which I think is like a superhero.
No, it's...
Or is it post-apocalyptic mutant stuff?
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic. The mutants are bad guys.
Okay. And then there's the Devil's Run RPG, which is also like a post-apocalyptic diesel punk, Mad Max kind of thing.
Yeah, they described the 2D20 system as a very cinematic, action-oriented system, and I think they're pretty right. Like, it is very... It allows for a lot of that. It doesn't worry about how close you are and how many squares you have between me and them. Like, it just lets you play. And I like that part a lot.
Oh, it looks like, according to the language here in the Achtung Cthulhu, it says the cult of the Black Sun, who wield foul magic and summon ancient horrors in their bid to unleash Yog-Sothoth and the Nachtwolf. Gross. Huh?
Did you see that?
I clicked on the Black Sun specifically, the filter on the Achtung Cthulhu 2D20.
Yeah, I mean, they give that description in the little starter thing.
It's just at the top of the 2D20 Cthulhu page.
Ah, okay.
Nachtwolf. But anyway, I'll drop this link in the chat for anybody who's interested.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely check it out. And I know that they've got some minis games out too. Modiphius is weirdly all over the place, but in a really good way. They do a
Yeah,
good
isn't the Dragon Age one of their main mini game, isn't it?
No, Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scroll. Thank you.
Yeah, Dragon Age
And the Fallout.
doesn't have it many, and the Fallout Wasteland Warfare, as well as the Achtung Cthulhu skirmish game.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't care for the Achtung Cthulhu one as much, but the
I just want minis to paint.
well, listen,
The Fallout one's got a lot of really cool minis.
yeah, and they're really customizable, and you can get Did you play Fallout 3?
Yes.
You can get Liberty Prime,
Nice.
and it's as huge as Liberty Prime should be. It's a really good sculpt. So, yeah, I really like the system. I like the game. I'm glad we played it. We are back. We are back next week with Growing Shadows?
We are back with
yes.
Growing Shadows next week, and then in 2 weeks from tonight, we should be starting season 3 of Illuminated Page, barring any other setbacks.
And Saturday.
Oh yeah, this
Right.
Saturday we have Necrobiotic at 4. Well, we're probably going to start the stream around 3:45 Eastern. No.
No.
4:45
4:30.
Central.
Yes.
That's the time zones. They get me, but yeah.
Not my fault this time.
No, not your fault this time. No, it's 3:45 Central. So that'll be when the countdown starts. So I mean, if you tune in at about 4:00 Central, 5:00 Eastern, then we should be just getting through introductions with Mitchell and our cast.
It would be great. Right. Well, I think that'll do it for us tonight. We're gonna end a little early, but we also missed a break because we played right through.
We did. I was just gonna let it happen. But I had to get up and let the dogs out once. So.
Well, who let the dogs out?
Oof, oof, oof.
Who?
And John.
Okay. Yeah, we will talk to you guys next week on Thursday for Growing Shadows, and then in 2 weeks for Illuminated Page, where we'll start season 3 and watch all of our characters go insane. Ha 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 ha. Sorry.
Oh well, that's gonna happen quick. So for me at least.
Yeah, it is. All right. Yeah, check out our YouTube, our Twitter, our Discord server, and then
And our Facebook.
things. Our Facebook, yes.
Facebook.
Yep, definitely check those out. And yeah, I think we'll talk to you guys next week or Saturday.
Yeah. See everybody Saturday.
Alrighty, we'll see y'all.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.